I'm blessed to say that I live in a house that's got a living room that looks like this. I mean, seriously, beautiful section, like I said, a mattress with sheets that came from Stone Puppy that I bought. You know, got a legitimate fireplace. Yeah, I have a dog bed down here in front of it. You know, she's really, really cool. You know, beautiful features like the clock, the plant, you know, the TV I watch TV on. And people don't understand what I am or what I'm about. Or maybe even who I am, what I'm about. And I just want people to know, if they have questions, I want them to ask. See, now the lighting here doesn't give me the justice. And yeah, I mean, I've thought about, you know, casting like this when I'm just on the web, whether I'm playing Smite, whether I'm, you know, doing another thing, because I get to see the comments that people leave in the chat that are over on the side, right over here. Okay, right over there, I get to see that. I could actually turn on, but because of copyrighted materials rule, I cannot, I guess you could say I cannot have on, like, a music channel, listen to music, and sing along with it, because they'll be like, oh, well, that's copyright infringement. I just have to follow the rules of YouTube. But, like right now, I turn on the TV.
Check out who's checking in.
Who do we give our laundry to?
This is all underpants. Her, them,
And
him. Hi, Nick. Hi, Spin.
I don't even know. Okay, there's a show called New Girl, and they're advertising on Fox 10. And I don't watch this Wendy Williams bullshit because Wendy Williams is too much of a fucking cow for me. Seriously, she is. I find her repulsive.
Lawyers.
But
why are we different?
For me, I think that it's actually an awesome
that
thing.
Saved our clients over $11 million in 7 years. Second, experience.
And I mean, I didn't even finish watching the rest of Monday Night Raw from last night. But it's just, I have a decent life to a certain extent, and I know that it's nice where I can sit back and, you know, Erin is over in her time zone of Pacific Standard Time, and it's only 8:47 there. She's been up this early before to tell me, Cavacho, call, and she'll leave me a message, and I'll get it on Facebook. I'm like, okay. You know, for me, it's just like, I sit back and I wonder, was I put on Earth to actually help Erin? And I'm just seeing, like, with Monday Night Raw, what match was coming up, because I can watch it with it down all the way. Okay, so they have the Social Outcast with Heath Ledger, Bo Dallas. Sorry, not Heath Ledger.
Look what we have right here. Grammy Award winning.
The one-man band.
Multi-platinum recording artist, Miami's own Flo Rida.
Yeah, so Heath Slater, you know, is acknowledging Flo Rida, you know, World Wrestling Entertainment, Monday Night Raw.
I shoved you around a lot last time we met up. Sit there and don't make me mad. Hey, Flo! Hey, Flo! You see what you did? You upset
Adam Rose,
me, baby.
guy who used to have,
And when Red
you know,
Dragon
the
died,
rose
everybody's
bush.
mad. He spits fire.
Why are you calling the Red Dragon its heat? Oh, it doesn't make any sense, man.
What my friends are trying to say is, why don't you get out of your seat, step in this ring, and face the 4 super friends?
Watch out, Super Friends!
Yeah, Flo Rida was there with his security. This was Monday Night Raw, just 2 nights ago.
He's going all alone. This may not be the smartest thing Flo Rida's done. There are 4 of them.
Hey. I just told you, I don't want to hurt you. All right? You hear me?
Yeah, trying to see what Flow Rider did.
Want to battle me?
No, I wasn't talking about me. I want to introduce you to my OG homie, Flow Rider. Meet Bo Rider.
Bo Rider, I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've heard he can rap.
I haven't.
Bo Dallas playing the part of Bo Rider.
Not so sure about that.
Check it. My name is Bo, and I'm here to say Flow Rider's disrespectful in a major way. You sucker punched my friend in WrestleMania 28, but I'd be upset too if I was named after this awful state. You need to channel your negativity in a more productive manner. You hold an ace high, but I have a full house. Like my name is Danny Tanner.
Bo, picture a shutout.
Bo! Please!
I'm just upset you used Danny Tanner's name in vain. Hold on. Check this out.
This is interesting. See, I'm not allowed to show the footage because it's technically copyright infringement.
Got away with a sucker punch. Sitting at my table, I'll eat a sucker's lunch. Wrap my fist in your jaw. Feel my knuckles crunch. Cause see, battling me ain't fair. Just like social outcasts trying to wrestle the nature boy Ric Flair. Woo! Curtis can't hurt this. Bo can't flow. You ain't just walking the 305. Cause you ain't got no skills. Welcome to Dudleyville.
And Dudley Boys come out. So actually some pretty weak lyrics from, Flow Rider. Just to introduce the Dudley Boys.
Guys, it appears we're going to go from a rap battle to a tag team battle.
So yeah, Michael Cole, like he said, it's going to go from a rap battle to an actual, tag team battle. And fast forward through the commercials. Thank God they had DVRs. I remember when we used to have to sit back and wait for everything to be recorded. And then, we could just do that, but we couldn't pause real life TV. That's one reason why they make the digital video recorders. I remember Beta. I remember VHS. Yeah, so now they're officially known as the Social Outcasts. Curtis Axel, you have Bo Dallas, you have Heath Ryder, you have Adam Rose. Yeah, sorry, it says Heath Slater, So Bo Dallas, leading the Bo train over to Flow Rider. I mean, watching Raw Wrestling Entertainment's always been a big hobby of mine. Been a fan for 37 years plus. And I don't know why. I fell in love with it the first time I saw it. 2 years old. Loving it. I used to go see them live in person. In fact, last time I saw them was December 30th of 2014. The 10-year anniversary of me moving out to California. That was, right before we left to come out to Arizona. And some people use food as an addiction. Some people use food as their vice. Gambling, sex. Basically, I guess you could say, even adultery. They'll have a mistress on the side they just cannot get away from, or even I guess you could say a second person that they just cannot turn off, if you will. A lot of people like to use different reasons to have a vice. Some people are hooked on PC, some people are hooked on YouTube, the internet, porn. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's how it is. It's just, I find some of the stuff that I do to be interesting, maybe not acceptable in all lands, but yeah, I feel that it would be a little more interesting and a little more acceptable if people knew who I really am. And no, I'm not trying to put in any raps. I mean, if it rhymes, it rhymes. I'm not trying to. But I've watched wrestling since, the AWA days, then the NWA days. I would watch, wrestling from WCW, WWE, WWF, literally the NWA. Like I said, gosh, it's interesting the way that I've gotten to do things.
This is Heath's opportunity. This is. Oh, I'm taking advantage. All right, never mind. It's a different opportunity. An opportunity to ask a very specific question, John.
And he's doing the what's up to Heath Slater.
Don't do that, Jay. Get all the rolls in there. Oh, it's going to be done. Come on, Florida. Don't encourage him. No. Here comes Curtis.
Yeah, Flowrider, I mean, good musician, but can't battle for shit. That goes to an actual rap battle.
Apple Bottle Keys, that's my favorite song. Number one on my iPad. Whoa! You listen to that when you're doing old school late day. That's right. Hashtag no Byron Saxon. What? That's not a good feeling. Flow Rider having fun with the Dudleys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome A.J. Styles.
Yeah, I'm glad AJ Styles came over to WWE.
Last night you made headlines and you made your WWE debut in the Royal Rumble match. Now tonight you get to make your Raw debut in a huge match against Chris Jericho. But for those who don't know, who exactly is A.J. Styles?
Well, I didn't just make headlines. I turned the WWE universe upside down. As far as who I am, wow. Phenomenal A.J. Styles. I know exactly who you are. I've been waiting a long time to have you here in the WWE. The biggest, hottest free agent in the world today. Finally, where you belong, in the big time. You've done a lot of stuff around the world.
Chris Jericho's trying to be a kiss ass.
Everywhere you've been, but you
He would fit in America real well.
huge impression against Chris Jericho, the 6-time world champion. Tonight on Raw for the first time ever, AJ versus Y2J. Here's your shot. Welcome to the big leagues, kid.
Styles.
So I take it they are battling next. AJ Styles, Chris Jericho.
From Domino.
So, how do you...
And yeah, there's a movie coming out this Friday called 50 Shades of Black.
And hurts my FICO score, so I could find...
And Nikki Bella's having neck surgery. It said that he has to put the battery-powered battery-powered like Christmas lights on his jacket, so that when he is brought in, he can have his own little intro. I'm not gonna say it's not a nice thing to see, but seriously, it totally sucks that he had to settle for something along that. I mean, we started when he had the Y2J, and he had the binary coding of zeros and ones, and it would actually say, literally, code breaker. It would say, save us, Y2J. But then he goes from, save us Y2J to just Chris Jericho, and then he goes to the jacket. And they were using the hashtag Styles versus Jericho. And, granted, I don't see Joey Styles as being that bad, but he should have gotten out of TNA a lot faster than he did.
We'll see if he continues to take the same path. A.J. Styles entered the Royal Rumble match in his WWE debut last night at number 3. He lasted nearly 30 minutes in that matchup before he was eliminated by Kevin Owens. Chris Jericho telling Styles, this is your chance to make a huge impression tonight. So think about this. I mean, you had your debut in the Royal Rumble match.
I'm sorry for not showing the picture of it, but, I can't. That'd be a copyright infringement for YouTube.
Styles on social media last night. You have the opportunity to do so right now at hashtag Styles versus Jericho. AJ a little earlier said, this has been a really overwhelming experience. For a lot of years, there were rumors that he might come here to WWE. He never comes, he fit in, but now he feels like he can really take the ball and run with it. Well, it's definitely an opportunity when we see what AJ can do against Chris Jericho. Last night he had a phenomenal performance, lasted over half an hour in the Royal Rumble, but right now he's in there against the 6-time world champion, the first undisputed world champion. This is baptism by fire. Nice arm drag by A.J. Styles, and there's the flamboyant style of A.J. I don't think A.J. would want it any other way. Come in here, test yourself against the best. And let's not forget, guys, what's also at stake here tonight, but in this matchup for these two men, another chance to impress the authority.
Check one thing on here. Remember, I'm just checking to see. Yeah, just making sure on one thing. I wasn't surprised when I was watching Sunday night, and once I saw Triple H was in the lineup, he was like, okay, he's number 30. Yeah, he's got it. And at the time, Dean Ambrose was still in. I had picked Ambrose from the beginning, but I literally got down to Ambrose versus Triple H. I had to give Triple H credit for getting rid of Roman Reigns.
Jericho. Watch Jericho. The reason that man is a record-setting 9-time Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, and that's one most important thing here, Michael. Look, this A.K.A. Styles is fantastic. He's won titles all over the world. He's now in here in the WWE, and now is when you prove your worth. Now is when you find out how good you are against the very best. Jericho had to come here to find that out. And we find out Jericho's one of the greatest of all
I think Chris Jericho's attempt to go for a delayed vertical suplex, but he didn't have momentum stopped, so he only went with the suplex.
He had to prove himself. Don, you were around. You know the question he had. I did say he was in a similar position. I watched him when he wrestled for Tinder in Japan. It's almost the exact same career path that A.J. Styles took. Jericho had to prove his mettle in here with the big boys. Same thing Styles is trying to do right now. And they do. Again, Jericho goes up to the second rope. Styles staggering, and there's Jericho with a drop kick, and down goes Styles.
I mean, I understand that wrestling's fake, but it's a shame that it's this bad. But I really do know that people get hurt, you know, in wrestling, sustain real injuries.
That tells you that he has the talent to make it. Can he make it here? Styles in the lead. We'll find out. Comes underneath Jericho. Drop kick of his own, and he catches Chris Flutt. And Jericho rolls out of the ring. So far, Styles is hanging with one of the best. Thus far, proven his worth here at WWE. Welcome to this fan. Make his debut at the Rumble match last night here in WWE. Oh, Jericho. Styles landed hard. And just like that, Jericho's taken over. First time ever, Jericho and A.J. Styles live on Raw.
Introducing Pete. Ricardo. You get a brand new. I save time and money with my
No, people would be afraid to leave a message in the chat. I mean, I can interact with the chat. I'm not saying I'm the most interesting guy out there, but certainly not the most boring.
Cross-body there, both men are paid for it. Chris Jericho told Styles, listen, welcome aboard, kid. Chance to make a huge impression tonight. Welcome to the big leagues. Listen, as much as Jericho has followed the career of A.J. Styles, he doesn't want to be the guy who's A.J. on first night on Raw. Listen to this. Oh, what a collision. And now Styles fighting back with a forearm threat, quick kicks. Now Styles is starting to heat up. Oh, they strikes. Into the corner, and A.J. Styles is feeling it. Jericho elbow to the jaw. And Chris looking to roll Styles on his belly, perhaps to the walls. That right foot. No. Great counter by Styles. A.J. with Chris. Oh, man! Here's the cover. Isn't enough to put Chris Jericho away, and a kick out by Jericho. If you're A.J. Styles right now, you got to leave everything on the table. You have to impress. You know the authority's watching. You know the universe is watching. Styles driving his knee right in the back of the neck of Jericho. Jericho's taking a switch. Styles misses wildly. Chris Jericho, isn't enough to put him away. Kick out off the Northern Lights. And again, almost out of it. Styles is going to bridge out of this. Styles, backslide, shoulder stand, kick out. That was close. Very close. What a huge victory this would be for A.J. Styles. Running Enziguri. Cover by Jericho. Inside leg hook. Is it enough? Kick out by Styles in two. Very, very competitive match. Very man, knocked the weight out of A.J. Styles. Styles has been successful everywhere he's been. Now he's here in the big leagues, and you see now that this kid has got a lot of talent. You see why he's been so.
For those who don't like the fact that I, broadcasting on YouTube, hey, you don't have to be in this channel.
Jericho whips Styles across the ring, right to the midsection. Styles gonna look to launch himself off the top rope, and he does, and Jericho's down. Styles for a win here on Monday Night Raw. Oh, and an air fall. Jericho got the shoulder up in two. Watch Styles launching himself off the top rope, and
Yeah, AJ Styles beats Chris Jericho.
You cannot underscore enough how huge this victory is for AJ Styles, his first night on Raw. And think about this, John. The authorities evaluating superstars tonight. If you're the McMahons and you're watching this, what do you think about the performance of Styles here tonight? You got to think right now, you got to. What an incredible performance by AJ Styles. AJ, welcome to WWE and Monday Night Raw. Just beat a surefire Hall of Famer and a six-time world champion. On his debut, I thought it was over here. The splash by Styles. Broad splash, no avail. He thought that might have been the fatal blow for AJ Styles, but watch this. Jericho got caught with the double knee. AJ was going for the Styles splash. Jericho was able to counter. But watch this sequence here. Styles with the wherewithal to put Jericho and pick up the victory. What a debut on Raw. What a couple of days for that man, AJ Styles. What a great addition to the WWE. AJ Styles. And a phenomenal one. Wow. What an impressive debut. Chris Jericho may be looking in the mirror. To use Chris Jericho's words from earlier tonight, welcome to the big leagues, AJ Styles. Incredible. Guys, remember earlier today, rumors running rampant on social media that a major star is
Well, it looks like I'm gonna watch wrestling without anyone. No disrespect, guys and gals, but I'm watching Monday Night Raw. I'm watching the rest of it. This is from when the limo of McMahon showed up.